Welcome back to the Coins Numismatic Series, where the past is alive in your pocket change. Get ready for an exciting deep dive into two iconic coins that continue to ignite the passion of collectors across the world. We're exploring two of the most intriguing and talked about Kennedy half-dollar coins, the 1971D and the 1985P. These coins, surprising market values that might just make you check your stash right now. Let's get started. 1971D Kennedy half-dollar coin. The 1971D Kennedy half-dollar marks a significant turning point in the evolution of U.S. coinage. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin represents the first year the Kennedy half-dollar was minted without any silver content, shifting entirely to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This change was a direct result of the Coinage Act of 1965 and the economic challenges of maintaining silver in everyday coinage. The obverse of the 1971D Kennedy half-dollar features the iconic left-facing bust of President John F. Kennedy, sculpted by Gilroy Roberts. Above Kennedy's head arcs the word Liberty, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," is split on either side of his neck, with the date, 1971, placed at the bottom. The reverse side, designed by Frank Casparo, showcases the presidential coat of arms, an intricately detailed heraldic eagle holding an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, symbolizing peace and defense. Encircling the eagle are 50 stars, representing the states of the Union, with the inscriptions, United States of America, and half-dollar. The Denver Mint produced an impressive total of approximately 302,097,424 Kennedy half-dollars in 1971. While this high mintage makes the coin relatively common in circulated condition, its historical significance keeps it in the sights of many collectors. The transition to copper-nickel-clad was a major event, symbolizing a shift in U.S. monetary policy and the end of an era where precious metal coins circulated daily. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1971D Kennedy half-dollar is the rare error coins that emerged from the minting process. Perhaps the most famous of these is the 1971D silver-clad error. While the official composition for 1971 was copper-nickel, a few coins were mistakenly struck on leftover 40% silver planchets from 1970. These error coins are highly sought after, with some authenticated specimens selling for thousands of dollars depending on condition and weight confirmation through specific gravity testing or XRF analysis. Another interesting error variety includes double die obverse and reverses, off-center strikes, and clashed dies. Although these errors are not as prevalent, finding one can significantly increase a coin's value. For example, a 1971D double die obverse showing notching on the "In God We Trust" inscription or date can fetch a higher premium among error enthusiasts. In terms of market value, the 1971D Kennedy half-dollar in average circulated condition is worth face value, 50 cents. However, uncirculated specimens in mint state, MS, grades, particularly MS 65 and above, can sell for $10 to $30 or more. Coins with exceptional luster, clean fields, and strong strikes are more desirable to collectors. PCGS and NGC certified MS 67 specimens are rare and can reach values over $200 at auction. The 1971D coin is a must-have for type collectors due to its pivotal place in numismatic history. It represents not only the continuation of the Kennedy series but also a broader transition in American coinage. Its design remains largely unchanged since its inception in 1964, a tribute to a beloved president, but the shift in metal content marks it as a turning point for the U.S. Mint. If you come across one with a higher silver weight or a striking error, you may have stumbled upon a true hidden gem. 1985P Kennedy half-dollar coin. The 1985P Kennedy half-dollar may not have the dramatic metal composition shift of its 1971D predecessor, but it holds its own place in numismatic interest and collector enthusiasm. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin is part of a mintage series that had seen fluctuating public interest through the 1980s. Despite its relatively modern appearance, this coin is brimming with subtle features, mintage details, and market movements that collectors pay close attention to. The obverse once again features Gilroy Roberts' profile of President John F. Kennedy, a design that has become instantly recognizable in American coinage. The inscription, Liberty, crowns the top of the coin, with "In God We Trust" split around the profile, and the date, 1985, positioned below Kennedy's neck. The P mint mark is located just above the date, denoting the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse design remains the iconic presidential seal created by Frank Casparo. The eagle, with a determined expression, clutches an olive branch and a bundle of arrows, symbolizing the United States posture of peace through strength. The stars surrounding the eagle and the radiating background lend an almost medallion-like elegance to the design. The inscriptions, United States of America, and $50 border the image. In terms of production, the Philadelphia Mint struck around 18,837,787 Kennedy $50 in 1985. This is a relatively low number compared to peak production years, adding a layer of scarcity especially for collectors aiming to build a date and mint set. However, these coins were not widely circulated, as the demand for $50 in everyday commerce had declined significantly by the 1980s. Most 1985 $50 were released in mint sets or hoarded by collectors shortly after minting. While standard circulation strike 1985 $50 may not command high premiums, their limited availability in high grades creates an active market. In circulated condition, they're generally worth face value, but in uncirculated grades, especially MS65 and above, their value increases sharply. A certified MS66 example can sell for $40 to $75, and MS67 pieces, though extremely rare, can reach upwards of $300 or more. Eye appeal, such as frosty luster and clean fields, plays a major role in determining the coin's worth. Error coins from the 1985 P. Kennedy $50 are scarce but not unheard of. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks have been reported, and these error types always add a level of desirability. Of particular interest are the struck-through grease errors, which result in missing or obscured features on the coin. These can fetch a decent premium depending on the severity and visibility of the strike-through. Another aspect worth noting is the collector interest in full bell lines, FBL, equivalents for Kennedy $50. While not officially recognized as a grading term for these coins, some collectors still assess strike quality based on fine details, particularly in the eagle's feathers and shield lines. Strong, crisp strikes from 1985 P are less common, increasing their appeal. The 1985 P also occupies an important spot for set builders who want one coin from each year and mint. Completing such a collection means acquiring pieces that were not heavily circulated, and thus finding them in higher grades can be challenging. What makes the 1985 P. Kennedy $50 particularly fascinating is the combination of moderate mintage, decreasing circulation demand, and increasing numismatic interest in modern coinage. It sits on the edge of a time when collectors began to more seriously catalog and preserve post-1964 coinage, giving it greater value in today's numismatic market. As we move forward in coin collecting, coins like the 1985 P. Kennedy $50 will likely gain more recognition, especially in high grades and with notable error varieties. It serves as a reminder that even modern-era coins can have considerable worth, both in history and in value. So there you have it, two Kennedy $50 that deserve a spot in every collector's folder. The 1971 D for its transitional significance and rare errors, and the 1985 P for its low mintage, rising interest, and potential hidden value.